What is up, mortals? Alex here. Today, I have a deck profile for you all. A deck that I've been working on for quite a while now, about a few months. I went around picking up hero cards, slowly but surely getting all the rarities that I wanted, except for the Ulti Dark Lost, which I'm working on those. But here's a deck that I played back in 2012, and it was just stun, hero stun with some miracle fusion plays now and then. It was not a very good deck. It was okay at best. But Stratos is such a good card. So Stratos came back. I decided, you know what, let me look into heroes again and let's play some heroes. It's been a while, so I decided to pick up the cards and show you my take on them. With the new Destiny hero cards, oh my goodness, the deck just became infinitely better. There's a lot of cool plays that you can do, and I will be showing you those. I will be providing some of the combos that you can do with the deck. The deck revolves around Isolde. A lot of the theory and the build, I guess, has to do a lot with Isolde, and I'll explain some of the cards that you have to play because of Isolde. And if you cut her, you can mess it around. I guess play a different ratio, but the deck is dedicated, or it revolves around resolving Isolde because she can access any one of your monsters from your main deck. So let's start with the main deck. Put those over there. For the elemental heroes, I play 2 Solid Soldier, 2 Shadow Mist, 1 Neos, and 1 Stratos. Weird ratio, a lot smaller than most people's. I feel like drawing too many of these, it's not what you want to be doing. Yes, you want to draw at least one of them or have access to one of them throughout the entire game. Sometimes you end up banishing a Shadow Mist of Vion's effect to search a polymerization, which is really huge. The second Shadow Mist, like, it's just you'll see that I'm not playing Mass Change 2. I feel like if you played Mass Change 2, you should play a third Shadow Mist, because you can pitch a Shadow Mist for Mass Change 2, and then you get a 3+ for next turn while having a Dark Lost. So that's when you get your Stratos and pop it back for if it's being threatened, if it's threatening you. But 2 of each, they're highly accessible. Rhoda and E-Call searches either of these, and Isolde can summon them from the deck. 1, Honestly Neos, he's cool. You can bring him back with Solid Soldier and use on field effect, or you can just run over anything that Dark Law is struggling to run over. Oops. And Stratos is very good. You play him. So that's it for the heroes. For the Destiny heroes, I play the 2 Militias that we're allowed to. I wish it was at 3, but it's not. 1 Plasma, boss monster. Holy crap. I love playing with Plasma. I remember when Militias was at 3 and there was a zombie Plasma plant day running around. So much fun. 1 Dogma. Dogma, it's he's a brick, but he's a Destiny hero that you never really want to summon. You never really want to draw him, but there's a fusion spell card that we just got, and it basically fuses a Destiny hero monster, and one of the targets is Destiny Android. It's amazing, really strong, but you never really want to draw him. He's just there as a target to summon Destiny Android, and Destiny Android is really good, and I'll explain him much later. But Plasma, it's really good. It's a requirement for the fusion, and it's a good monster you can search. There's boards that you have Plasma Darkfall, and it's pretty much over. So that's it for the ones that you never really want to see. But unlike most warrior decks, Mally's not as dead if we draw him, because there's a lot of ways to get rid of him from our hand into the graveyard. Those are like the bricks that you never really want to see, but if you see them, then it's not bad. 1 Destiny hero Dynatak. This card is weird. Don't like it, but we have to play it because it combos with one of your better fusions, Dystopia. Amazing. You never really want to see him either. I guess we can put him in this stack, but he can be, I guess these 2 can be summoned with 1 Drill Dark. Drill Dark is another one of those that he's played because he can make Isolde. When he's normal summon, you can special summon a Destiny hero from your hand that has attack equal or less than him. Puts 2 warriors on field, make Isolde. he's pretty good. He pierces. It could be relevant, but I don't think it would. It really hasn't been for me. One of the better ones, Drohan, started playing 3, cut it to 2, now going to 1. You have access to him anytime. Shadow Mist can search it, Stratos can get it from the deck. Cross Crusader can tribute a guy to summon him, or search him, my bad. When he is in the graveyard, he can special summon himself, and when he's summoned by the effect of a hero monster, meaning Solid Soldier could trigger him as well, you can draw a card. Your opponent gets to draw a card as well, but if we happen to have a mass change in hand, we can take 2 cards out of our opponents while getting a +2. Pot of Greed's really good. 1 Celestial, he's cool. On field effect, rarely ever happens, but I guess I'll pop the multi-roll. The graveyard effect is amazing. If you have no hand, you can banish it and a Destiny Hero and draw 2. Doesn't mean that if you control no cards, you can, if you have a bunch of spells, you can set all of those and then draw 2 so you can do more plays. Really clutch card. Decider, weird. He's sort of a brick. You never really want to draw him. He's a card that's really good when you're winning, and he's really good when you're losing. But he's target. I guess he's a Destiny Hero, level 4, 1600 attack. He has cool abilities on Graveyard. If you take damage, you can negate that damage, reduce it to 0, bounce into the hand. When he's summoned during the end phase, add a hero to the from the graveyard to the hand. So he can get you back in Honest and Neos, he can get you back in Stratos that would, I don't know, would probably win you the game of the following turns. One Destiny Hero, the Dreamer, it's weird. He's weak because if you have him in your opening hand, he doesn't do anything, going first I mean. He's only really good if you establish him in graveyard and do something productive. When a Destiny Hero monster battles, you can special summon him from your graveyard or hand to the field. That monster can't be killed, and you take 0. So he's just make his old target. Sorry, I'm missing 1 card. Oh, there we go. And the last monster, Disc Commander. Isolde has 5 different targets in my deck. So if Isolde happens to survive the second turn, I can summon either of these because they're warriors. And he is Pot of Greed. Might be a slow Pot of Greed, but it's Pot of Greed for free. Quite good. And the last hero monster, do not crucify me please. This dude is one of the best cards in the deck, but at the same time it's one of the worst cards of the deck because on summon he sends a hero. That's amazing if you get to do it early on, like opening hand, but you don't want to see him afterwards. You don't really want to see him after that initial play because the games really don't go for that long. And again, Vion might be sending a Shadow Mist. If you use him as your normal summon, you don't have anything else rolling that he won't really do anything. So what my reasoning was, if I can get 2 warriors on board, I can summon him because Isolde can summon from the deck. Get a quick plus for Shadow Mist and or get a Mally in graveyard and then get myself a polymerization, fuse someplace. But after that, I would never want to see this card. I played 2 from 3 and it was still not good. I don't want to draw a second copy. So just the 1. He's good. He lets you get a polymerization that the card's a brick, but if you have poly in your hand, thanks to this guy, you can do a lot of cool plays. For the last monsters, 3 Ash Blossoms, it's too good not to play. Sometimes you don't have to do any crazy combos. You can just have Dark Law and or I don't know, Dystopia and Real Protection, and you're probably gonna win that game. Grinding games, again, Dark Law will keep your opponent's resources low, and Dystopia pop in the card, and if you have Decimator, your opponent has to worry about 3 bodies and a potential +3. So the deck has a lot of cool plays, and I'll go over all of those after, but Ash Blossom is one of those cards that you draw a lot in this deck. You really do, because the monsters and spells let you draw. You want to draw into something relevant in Ash. It's those. So that's it for the monsters. That's 21, I believe. For the spells, oh my goodness, this card is amazing. It has one very key restriction that if it didn't, oh my goodness, this card would be broke. It reads that once per turn you can summon a Destiny Hero Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters as materials from your hand, field, or deck. By the way, or deck. So it sets up your graveyard and it lets you do plays. It's so good. And just imagine if it didn't have that restriction of not only summoning dark hero monsters. Holy crap! But awesome card. Definitely helped out this deck. And, like, if you open this card, you probably win the game. 3 mass change, no more. I was playing with a mass change 2 and a form change, and it was cool. But again, we have access to this anytime we want if we happen to have 2 warriors, and if we don't, there's other plays. There's other ways to like slow roll into a mass change, you know, decked in a little bit, and then like de-drawing, which we'll get to soon. 3 mass change, no more. You can definitely play a mass change 2 if you want. I was doing it myself and it was working out. But I'd much rather have 3 Call by the Grave, best card in the game, hands down. I don't need to speak more about this card. We all know it's a good Yu-Gi-Oh card. 2 Destiny draws, not 3. I don't have enough monsters to play 3 or to make it consistent. And 1, I will never really see it. The reason why Destiny draw is here is because we play equip spells. And those equip spells can bring back Destiny Hero monsters, and we play level 4 or lower Destiny Hero monsters. Most of the ones that we play are. So this can be an Ash bait. We pitch a Destiny Hero. If our opponent, doesn't really know what our deck does, they're most likely going to Ash Blossom this. We lose a card and they go +1. But if we happen to get 2 warriors on field, then that's when our play starts, and we need that assault to go off. So it's really good for Ash baiting, and it's also really good once you do all your digging and you pitch your last Destiny Hero monster in hand that you have with, I don't know, a search that you did in the combo. You're going to draw into real protection, Ash Blossoms, and some maybe Called by the Graves, Reborn, and or Solemns. So not 3, not 1, just 2 is fine. Best card in the deck, hands down. A hero lives. It reads summon Stratos from your main deck. That's really good. Such a good card. If we get this to 2 or 3, that would be crazy. So one of those. Foolish Burial can become any monster in your main deck, really, except for Ash Blossom, of course. But you can send Shadow Mist to search anybody, and or you can send Malicious to be an extra body. Yeah. Reborn's the same. It's an extender. Early game, it's like, turn 1. That's what I mean by early game. Turn 1, it's like, it's weak. Doesn't really do much. If it comes back to you after your opponent like damaging your board, Reborn is what you want. It cleans. It's good. Rhoda, it's any monster in your deck, literally. So, except Ashbel. Eco. All 6 of the hero monsters we have are pretty good. So if we have an extender and we want to get a specific hero, we go and fetch it. We play an extra copy of everybody, of all the heroes, without really doing so. Like, even we're playing 2 Stratos, not more. It breaks it too. Even 3. If you play more heroes like Bubbleman, which I've been wanting to try, you probably play 2 to 3. But 1 Desires, you draw a lot. You'll see this card. You never want to see more. If you play Mass Change 2, maybe you can play 2, so you never really resolve 2. But this card is cool if I draw it, and it's cool if I don't draw it. One card that, yes, you have to play. There's a lot of grindy decks, a lot of back row decks that are trying to slow roll you, lots of back row, bouncing your fusion monsters without you getting any effects or like any real measure to come back or like gain resources. This card will get you back something to fight back. Even against combo heavy decks, if you go first, you make a Dark Law and then you get another plus to make a second Dark Law. It's quite powerful, very good 1-0. If the game comes to like OTK City everywhere, then yes, you'll cut that. 1 brick, you never want to draw this ever, but you have to play the Poly. It's a quick plus from Vion, and if you draw it, okay, you can maybe combo off because it's all regards to warriors. And if you happen to, again, summon Vion of its old, you can get a free plus, so that's a +2. And Poly, some of your monsters are fusion monsters. The equipped spells, we play the best ones. DDR, pitch a card, bring a guy that's banished. Really strong, especially like a follow-up, like turn 2, bringing back Shadow Mist. Holy crap. Gives your guys 300 attack. A 2700 Dark Law is a lot scarier than a 24. It's pretty good. Pitch fodder for this. And it's really cool with Dystopia. Again, I'll explain Dystopia when we get to the extra deck. Amazing card. Make it sold. We never want to draw these, by the way, but we play the best ones that will allow you to. Pitch a high level monster, bring a lower one. We have those. We have plasmas. Like the Dawsons are 9. We can bring back a level 8 fusion. Darko will be the biggest monster in the field if it comes to that. So 5 of those, because if we play 4 and we draw 1, we don't want to kill ourselves. And I'm not playing the ones that put themselves in the deck back there. That's not good. The only way to turbo out a soul without monsters, 1 Hornet Drones and 1 Shipbreaking In. It's really good for going first in a slow hand. It's really strong. It just sets up. These 2 cards allow us to generate a lot more resources with before committing to the board. What I'm trying to say is Assault itself is a +2, can turn into a +4, then the Current Crusader +3. So you have about a +6 sometimes, and if it comes back to you, you just win. But these 2 cards are fast cards that we can play without investing much into our plays. I used to play Instant Fusion and 3 Instant Fusions and a Raijin in my extra deck, but it got really tight. So Raijin's an amazing card, puts Colossus face down so you can search, but besides that, for Solemns, 1 Judgment, 1 Warning, and 1 Strike. Weird ratio. So this is what I was playing in my Salmon Great list as well, and the thing is, I'm already playing a card that has my life points. So let's say I draw a Hero Lives and I go to 4,000 and I have all 3 of these. I will be able to activate all 3 copies because I'll be at 4,000. I can Warning something to 2,000 and I can strike something else to put myself at 500, and then I can go to 250 with the Solemn Judgment. And even if I do this, I can still resolve. I can resolve it like this. I can resolve it like this. So if I have 3 strikes, I might not be able to resolve the 3rd strike if I use a Hero Lives. And again, a Hero Lives is the best card in the deck, so I'm trying to resolve it every game and not die. So that's it for the main deck. 50 cards, I believe. A little bigger, but Isolde does require you to play some extra cards. And now that Fusion Destiny can get rid of all of the bricks, 50 is not so bad. For the extra deck, best card in the extra deck, for sure, Isolde makes everything possible. She is the reason why warrior decks are even competitive. Extra Hero Cross Crusader. This card is so good. It kind of sold me. Like, this was the reason why I kind of wanted to play heroes, because holy crap, this card is awesome. I mean, this dude too, but upon Link Summon, you can target a Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Doesn't matter what position, defense, attack, whatever, fusion, normal, effect monster, whatever. He just brings it back. Really good, points down twice, and once per turn you contribute a guy to search a guy with a different name. He's really, really good. You link him, at the end of the play, you link him into something else that I'll show you later, but this card does a lot for the deck, and that's why it's really important to have 2 warriors in the field at all times, and because he requires 2 warriors. So the way that you would make Isolde, you just make that guy and generate more plays. So it's pretty good. 1 Extra Hero Wander Driver. Pretty good card. Very, very good. At first when I read it, when it came out, I was like, very underwhelming. Like, it really didn't do much besides giving you a free math change. But in this deck, we play a lot of different fusion spell cards. So we play Destiny Fusion, we play Poly, and Mass Change. We can get those back at the end of the play. Getting back a Fusion Destiny for follow-ups, it's pretty good. And the last Link monster, Extra Hero Dread Decimator. Cool effects. He makes all your guys, all the guys that he points to on himself, they'll gain 100 times every hero in the graveyard with a different name. And he also is a piercer. So there are some boards that you end up Dark Lord, Dystopia, and him, and it's pretty good. I kind of want to fit a second one of them, honestly. He's cool. He's really good when, like, as a push play, when your opponent clears your initial play. It's needed. For the Destiny Fusion monsters, I play this one, that besides its requirements to fuse, he doesn't have any other plays in the deck. I mean, yeah, you can do some cool plays by sending a guy and making your guy stronger, but he's just here because this Fusion Destiny, this card becomes a link to the searches, a guy for a follow-up. I will explain how it works. You Fusion Destiny using a Destiny Hero monster, if I'm correct, and a Dark Effect monster. Wait, Shadow is a Dark Effect monster. So we send these 2 to the graveyard to fuse for this guy. then Shadow Mist can, I don't know, get us a hero. You know what? Let's go get Vion, or we can get Stratos, but let's go get Vion since why not? We can normal summon and do plays, which we will do later. This, you see where I'm going with this. Like, this card is only here because this becomes into an actual play if you brick. If you just happen to have this card, which it will happen. Sometimes you only have this as your playable card. And having a way to unbreak your hand, it's pretty good. No other reason why he's there. Dystopia, awesome card. One of your main players. He'll always coming back and controlling the board. When your opponent called by the graves is or DD grows, it hurts. But once per turn, if his attack changes, make his pop a card on the field and then make his attack become his original, which is 28. But next turn you can change it again and pop a card, and it's awesome. This card is super sweet. I wish I could play a second one, but maybe with more testing, I'm sure I'll go to him. Spot removal, Destiny Android, one of the better ones. He's a Volcasaurus. Target a guy, pop, burn. If it's in the graveyard during the standby phase, banish a Destiny card, I believe, and special summon and blow something up, fuse, whatever, like Link. Pretty good. I mean, you have to play Dogma and Plasma. Plasma's pretty good. Dogma is really not, but good payout. This dude it's actually pretty good card. To a lot of people, they want to see action now upon summon. He has really, like, 2 on-field effects are pretty good. I mean, arrange the top 5 cards of either opponent, either player. Like, look at them and put them in any order. It's really good for setting up your Destiny draw plays, your Celestial plays, or Disc Commander. Or you can break your opponent. You can look at their deck and see what they're going to draw into, and maybe if you know the matchup, you can make better guesses and set up boards in different ways. When he kills a monster by battle, you draw a card. But when he dies, when your opponent kills it by battle, by card effects, you can target 3 level 9 or lower Destiny Hero monsters in the graveyard. So there's a lot of dudes that we sent to the graveyard because he requires 3 that we want to get back. Disc Commander, draw hand, draw 3 please. Yes. Really good card. Dark Law, because it's what keeps this deck being even remotely relevant in the metagame. So it's really good card. I played 1 forever, but never again. 2. Enki, it's really Dark Law. Enki comes out when Dark Law can't beat over anything. And then eventually it gets you mass changed. It turns into a Dark Law. So Enki and Diane. Diane works well with Solid Soldier, as you know. When Solid Soldier is sent to the grave, or by the ability of a spell card, you can bring back a guy, any guy, by the way, a fusion, but usually one Shadow Mist or Stratos. Mass change needs to turn this dude into Diane, and when he's sent to the grave, you get a guy, so you can make a soul then. When it kills a monster by battle, it gets you a free hero from the deck, level 4 lore. It's your Shadow Mist, get a free mass change again. Gets you Stratos, pop a back row if you don't need monsters, but she's really good. I like her. And the last real fusion we have, I guess 2, but I'll explain this one first. Adoration, he's here to unbrick you, mainly, but he does have some cool plays that he makes a guy your opponent controls weaker, so you can run it over. Like if they have a 3000 beater, most hero monsters cap at 29. 3000 if you're Destiny and Dragoon, but Destiny and Dragoon can just pop it. But he makes sure that all your little dudes can kill something by battle. And he unbricks you again. He requires 2 monsters to fuse, 2 heroes, and then if you have Mally and someone else, there you go. And for the last one, the deck struggles against big established boards. If your opponent has like 3000 monsters, you are probably going to sit there looking at them, unless you can Dystopia pop twice and then Destiny and Dragoons again. But when he is fused, requires 3 hero monsters, of course, his attack jumps to 5000 and he can attack up to 3 times. So you punch, clear the field, and then maybe do some damage with the rest. Really cool card. This can be anything. This could be Bulbasaur, honestly. It could be Nightmare Phoenix, which you probably should. But for now, that's what I'm playing. There's a lot of other cards I've been testing around. But this is the most consistent, the better way to play it. I'm not saying that this is like the most meta tier 1 deck ever, but it will definitely get you first place at locals if you play correctly. Maybe your invite out at regionals. Try it out. Let me know how it works for you. And let's see. I will be doing test hands. Actually, I'm going to pause this and show you some test hands, and we'll see where we can go. We'll go play by play and trying to find out the best one. Be right back. What is up, mortals? Alex here. Today, I have the test hands for the Destiny Hero deck that I've been working on for the longest time. If you made it this far, thank you. I will be showing you some of the plays that you're allowed to do with this deck. I uploaded it a while ago, but I misread one of the cards, which it matters. It's a big game changer. Now that I know this, the plays are no longer the same that they used to be. So I have to try something different. And what I meant it was that Extra Hero Cross Crusader has a two very good effects, very key effects that say when these guys link summon, you can special summon a Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard, which is really huge. And the other one is you contribute one hero monster that you control to search for any other hero monster with a different name from your deck. So that's what those effects are fine. The thing that matters is that he states that while you cannot special summon or use the effects of this guy if you summon any other monsters except for heroes. So that's what killed it. Because it requires 2 warriors, you would summon Isolde first, like do any normal Isolde combos, and then you would summon this guy to like generate more advantage. But the turn that you summon Isolde or Hornet Drones or the Phantom Knights of Shaybrigandin, you cannot special summon or use its effects. So that's what changed it. And a lot of people told me, hey, those are illegal plays. You can't really do them because you're misplaying. And I'm like, let me read what. Oh, okay, so this guy, I mean, yes, I thought it was for the rest of the turn, but it just for that turn, and that's what killed it. Because if it was for the rest of the turn, it would be fine. I would really enjoy it even more because it would be a lot fairer. But now it's just like, holy crap, it just went down in play because of that. But I will be explaining some of the plays that we can do with the deck. I think it's a little different than what I uploaded in the list, but it's the main core is still the same. I just cut some of the cards that really didn't need to be there. But let's see, shuffle up. Cool. We're gonna draw 5. Mass Change, the hero lives, Monster Reborn, Solid Soldier, and Shadow Mist. Wow, okay, this is a pretty good, like extremely good going first hand. You can bait lots of things with this hand. You already have your Mass Change, so if they affect Valor your Shadow Mist, and as your hero lives, you're already like really strong. So we're gonna start with a hero lives. Let's see, a hero lives, pay 4,000, summon the one, the only. Let's see, yes, summon Stratos. Stratos will activate now, and we're gonna add any hero monster. So we have this is our hand. Remember, we have Solid Soldier. We can Shadow Mist. I think we're going to summon. We're gonna search for Malicious. Then what we're gonna do is normal summon Solid Soldier, and then special summon Shadow Mist. What you can do here is you can add a Mass Change with Shadow Mist. I only play the regular 3 Mass Change, or you could link away to get more monsters, which I think that's what we're gonna do. So Stratos and Shadow Mist for Isolde. Oops. Yes, for Isolde. Isolde will unsummon will activate. Yes, Isolde will be chain link 1, and Shadow Mist will be chain link 2. With Isolde, we're just gonna add a Honest Neos, and with Shadow Mist, we're gonna add a draw hand since we're trying to fuse Malicious into the graveyard. So now Isolde will pay cost. We play 5 equips. We're gonna send Fossil Dig. You want to send the weakest ones and the sword, of course. So I believe that these 4 are the weakest ones I play. I play DDR, but I much rather draw a DDR later on to summon. As of right now, the only one in my deck, the only Vion. When we get the Vision heroes in the July 12th, I think that's when they come out. I will be updating the list, but as of right now, only one Vion. Vion will send any hero, will send Dynatag. Then we'll just banish the Shadow Mist in the graveyard to add the card that we never want to see in our opening hand, because we play it for that reason. We never ever want to see it. So this is our hand, this is our field. So this is where everything changed. Everybody kept telling me, hey, this is illegal, you can't make these plays. When you have something like this, I would go into Cross Crusader, because it solves a warrior, and grab another guy and keep going. But people did say that you cannot use either of their effects if you special summon anything but heroes this turn. So at this point, you can leave it. Of course, you're not going to be summoning him at all, and to get him onto the extra monster zone, we have to get rid of Assault. So we're just going to be doing a lot of bad things if we do that. So what we can do here is you can polymerization either the Malicious in the draw hand, for where is he? For Dystopia. You can banish this guy to target Dystopia, and Dystopia will gain 1,000 until the end of their turn. And when his attack is different than its original, he can destroy one card in the field, and then his attack goes back to his original. And then if you increase it again, you can pop again. Yes, we had the sword in the graveyard, but we didn't really have anything we wanted to banish. Malicious we can special summon now, or we can just save him for later plays. Draw hand will be special summoning himself during the next standby phase. And when this happens, you can they get to draw because of draw hand, but you can mass change it into Dark Law, so they get a resource ripped off their hand, and you get to draw a card, which is placed for next turn. You have Dystopia to pop, and next turn you can pop off and summoning all of these guys. But this is where the play ends here, because there's not much you want to do. You don't have to overcommit. But in the last video I made, I could have gone even way further than this and generated way more pluses. But this is one of the test hands. This is what you usually want to aim to do. Sometimes you have Fusion Destiny and you just win because you summon a big dude and set up your graveyard, and you have like what's his name, Decimator next to all your big fusions. But sometimes you can do this, like when you're not allowed to summon a Cross Crusader. This is usually what you want to end up, and we could have done more, of course, like Reborn, and we could have searched other things. But the deck, as of right now, it's very strong. Once the Vision Heroes come out, I will be testing some other ways to play, but as of right now, it's basically Destiny Heroes. If you've seen the list, like I said, this is a better list than the video that I posted, but I've only taken a few cards. I just changed a few things, and it's just smaller, I believe. Now it's 45 instead of being 50, I think it was last profile. But still, we have to try to summon Isolde as much as we can, because she's a +3, really. She's that good. You have to play equips, but that's fine. So this hand, it's playable, mainly because we can summon Isolde. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna normal summon Shadow Mist. We're gonna special summon because we have no traps. We're gonna equip this to Shadow Mist because we need it in the deck. Link 2. We're gonna make Isolde 1, Shadow Mist 2, and Moon Mirror Shield 3. It goes to the top because it doesn't matter. And Shadow Mist will get you something for next turn. And Solid Soldier works with anybody, really, so we're gonna add him. And of Isolde, if it gets Ash Blossom, we're gonna struggle. So we're gonna get Stratos for next turn as well. So now if nothing gets if she gets Ash, then we have place for next turn. We have a Solemn to protect it. We have ways to bring back another warrior. But if it doesn't, we can just send the leftovers, all the equips. At this point, we drew 2, which is it's unfortunate, but that's why we play 5. So we send 04 to summon Vion, the 1 copy. You can summon anybody really, but just summon Vion. Put him over there. Then Vion will send. You can send anybody. Mally, it's a good setup. I wish that we had mass change, but it's all good. Just set, and if your opponent happens to OTK you while you have a solemn warning and like 2 jump blockers, then I guess. But if you happen to survive, let's say you lost everything. You have malicious in graveyard, and you drew. This is what you would draw. That's a lot of plays because we already made our first Assault and I only play 1. Meaning that we're gonna be able to play with these guys. And these 2 dudes are lots of fun. Let's see what we can do. Let's say they have no, like, yeah, they got to destroy our stuff, but we managed to summon more in the negation. So we would summon Soldier, Stratos. Stratos could get us anything to fuse, anything useful to fuse. And I think that Dynatag is pretty good because it gives our guys plus 1,000. We can use Mally, Banish, to special summon Mally. We're going to Link, Cross Crusader. We'll summon back this thing here. We'll just get Mally. We can use Cross Crusader to tribute to search anybody. Our hand is going to be really small for this, so we'll go for Celestial. Reborn, targeting Vion. Vion can send anybody, and in this case, we're going to be sending this command. No, let's get Drawhand out. Now we are going to banish for Vion. We're going to get Poly. Now we're going to Poly. Actually, nah, let's just Poly these 2 into this guy, Adoration. Then Adoration will activate. Solid Soldier will activate. That's why I love that dude. He's so good. We're going to special summon Shadow Mist. And the Shadow Mist will let us get our mass change. Because I thought about Monster Reborn and Shadow Mist, but we needed that polymerization. So I figured I could go get the Shadow Mist while getting a polymerization as well. So here what we can do is let's link 2 into this guy, then Living Fossil, bring back Vion since we don't need it, then Driver will set the Poly. We can link 3 for this guy. This goes to the graveyard. We can Poly these 2 into Dystopia. Dystopia is being boosted by this guy, so is Adoration. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. 8 heroes, so they all gain 800 attack, and we have a mass change to set. Basically, so we can summon Dark Law, and he also pops a card on the field. If they didn't OTK us, I'm pretty sure this would begin, because Adoration can make one of the guys a lot smaller. He can pop a dude and then mass change into Anki, and then Anki gets another mass change into Dark Law, and it's pretty much a wrap. Sometimes it's not all about turn 1. Sometimes you're going to be playing against a slower deck that will give you a chance to live, and that's when you can shine and like come back and kill them. The deck is really good at plussing now more than ever. You have to summon his soul, and that's why like it pains me that Cross Crusader doesn't work with her. It would have been so amazing, like the plays I was able to do before I realized that it's for the turn, not the rest of the turn. It changed. It was so huge. Like it's the difference. It's not night and day really. But we still make it work. Remember, this is not the most competitive deck ever, but it's still a very fun, and it's Dark Law is still pretty good. So if you want to go super competitive, just play Dark Law Turbo, and you're probably gonna be doing a lot better than this. This is more of a fun hero deck that still plays Dark Law because it's the best hero card. So we need a monster. Not him. Wow. Okay. Unfortunate. It would have been funny if we drew any other monster there. That would have been pretty good instead of the Mali, but I guess it happens. You know, we had the extender, but we didn't have the monster, and I play a lot of level 4 or lower monsters. That's why I still play Drill Dark, and I guess Decider, since he's actually not that terrible. He has 2 okay effects. Okay, so pretty good. We already have a way to get to a mass change. We have a way to summon a soul. It's pretty good. I like this. I hate that polymerization in our hands, so meaning we're not gonna be searching or special summoning Vion of the deck with the soul, but we're gonna poly these 2 into this guy. Actually, no. Let's get more guys to the graveyard. This guy. So now what we're gonna do is, that's okay. We're gonna normal summon. We're gonna link to for the soul. Then the soul will be 2 and miss. Actually, no, soul will be 1. Let's prevent over as well. 1, 2. 2 will add anything for next turn, or maybe for this turn. Let's get. Yeah, let's get solid guy. Or actually, do we want the mass change? The question. I feel like we want the mass change, so it's just Assault for next turn. Then we're gonna use her effect to send 1. 4 equips. Let's see, what's the last one? There, 4 equips, and this we're going to let's summon Stratos, and Stratos can get us something for next turn, and a good card to have since we don't have any more guys in the graveyard. We're just gonna get that Vion. Vion can be anybody, really, and it's still pretty strong. We can Reborn the Shadow Mist. They did not trigger, and then we can go get the mass change. I really want to draw that Fusion Destiny to show you some cool plays, but I just can't draw it. So see, this is where if because we have 3 Destiny monsters in our graveyard, we could Destiny monsters, we can get them back with Cross Crusader, but we can't summon it, and this is what I would be summoning it. But it's still not bad. Draw hand will come back, Put it in defense because we have no way to protect them. We both draw a card, but we're gonna Dark Law our opponents. And then now we're gonna add something to prevent them from running over an entire field. We want to keep at least a guy, because the more heroes you have on field, the better link plays you will be making during the turn. So I want to be able to stay with at least 2 guys. If they run over everything except for one, then I want to keep. I probably want to keep the Stratos, mainly because it's a level 4 monster, and I guess Darklo would be better, but not having to worry about linking with the fusion summon monster, sometimes it gets really complicated because you want to keep your fusions. You wasted so much things to summon it, so. But we'll be drawing a card, and so would they, but they are losing a card from their hand. Next turn we have lots of plays with this guy and Cross Crusader. So let's say they killed those 2, and then we Honest Neos the Stratos, so the Dark Law is still safe. This gets banished, of course. And it's our turn. We're gonna draw for turn. That's pretty good, but I don't think we really need it. So we're gonna normal summon. We're gonna special summon Vion. Then Vion will send. I think Malicious is still in the deck. Both copies. So I guess I'll show you. Yes, all copies are there. So we're gonna send Mally. Then we're going to link for this guy. Then we're gonna use Mally to special summon the other one. I really wish his arrows were like Cross Crusaders. It'd be so much better. Wonder Driver will set the regular poly. This is where sometimes I wish I played 2, or I wish I didn't draw it. But it's whatever. Let's see. We can Rhoda. Yeah, let's Rhoda for something that we want in the grave. Yeah, let's go with that dude since we are gonna have 0 cards. Or no, we're not. Actually, we're gonna draw 2. So we're going to link for Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader will special summon somebody from the graveyard, and I'm pretty sure we still have that Disc Commander. So we're gonna go get ourselves a plus 2 free Pedigree, babe. 1. Oh, there we go. Nice. Holy shit. Okay. Pretty good. So we're gonna use the effect to tribute the Disc Commander. It gets removed because Konami said so. Like, holy shit. We're gonna go for this guy. Now we're gonna poly. Yeah, we're gonna poly these 2 for Dystopia. It's right there. Then I really want to mass change that Solid Soldier into an Anki. Into Diane, and then get a Stratos. But what do I really need in my hand? Has Shadow Miz activated this turn? I don't think we've summoned her at all. So yeah, we can go mass change him into Anki, Diane. Then Solid Soldier will activate, summoning back that Shadow Miz. And then Shadow Miz will activate, getting us. That's why I love Solid Soldier. He is so good. So good. So now we link. And we would just want to make Dark Law bigger. Diane, it's pretty beefy anyways. Then we go Fusion Destiny. And if your opponent has like a big dude that we can't kill,
Then you go for Destiny and Dragoon. Or if you just want to summon this guy to ensure your victory, you can go either or. I really enjoy Fusion Destiny. It's such a good card, and that's why I like it more than Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader was like, I saw that card and I'm like, wow, I gotta play Heroes now. But I completely misread it because the first time I read it was in the Japanese. I'm like, oh, this card is good, but I forgot about for the tournaments. Fusion Destiny lets you commit to everything and then you can activate and you'll be fine. But you see like all the cool plays that you can do with the deck, all the fusion summoning going on, the mass change ratio really helps. I kind of want to have a second mass change, but that's not going to happen. Especially the new Vision Heroes are coming out soon, and I will be changing the deck list around. I'm pretty sure the extra deck stays the same, maybe plus one iteration, and I might have to take out the Destiny and Dragoon, but the list is going to change, and I will be bringing that to you guys as well. But as of right now, this is pretty much the video that most people wanted to see, because it just wasn't, it was not right. So that's it for the plays that we can do with the deck. Let me know if I did something wrong, or maybe if you guys saw other plays. Of course, post them down below. If you have a hero list, let us know. Post a video response to this one, and I want to see your list. I want to see what people are trying. I'm not doing the Neo Space Conductor, Butter Spy, because I don't want to dead draw anything. The deck's already mediocre. It's like tier 2, like barely tier 2, and it struggles. But if you happen to like make your plays like that, you'll be winning a lot of games. Your opponent, you'll be cutting them off guard. It's still very solid. So again, if you have a list, let me know. I want to see pure heroes. I don't want to see any Dark Warrior heroes. Not anymore. I already play enough of that. But yes, that's my take on heroes. Hope you liked it. Like the video if you like the deck. If you like the plays that I did, subscribe. Check my channel for more videos like this. I will be posting more. I just gotta get motivated. But again, thanks for watching. Alex out. Peace.